The foundry process starts with scrap iron. M&H uses 10,000 tons of recycled iron each year to melt and pour new product. Iron scrap mixed with iron ingot is loaded into a preheater before being loaded into one of the two electric furnaces. Once loaded into the furnace, the iron is heated to approximately 2,500 degrees and poured into a remotely controlled ladle. Before it is poured, slag is drawn off the top of the molten iron. It then continues on to the DISA molding line where it fills the hopper. The DISA works by combining human ingenuity with machine technology. Iron is poured into the top of the hopper, which in turn fills up the mold through a laser-guided valve in the bottom of the hopper. Using laser guidance ensures the exact amount of iron is released into the mold. After each mold is filled, a hydraulic ram pushes it along the molding line, readying the next mold for filling. For molds requiring cores, sand cores are loaded into the DISA system where they're automatically inserted inside the molds before the iron is poured. Now filled, the molds move down the line as the iron cools, eventually reaching the shakeout. Our didium drum separates the iron parts from the sand mold through a circular tumbling and shaking motion. The parts move on to be further cleaned and the sand is processed and reused for new molds. Environmental safety and air quality are important at M&H. We have several large filtration systems throughout the foundry that capture particles from the air before it's released externally. To make the molds possible, you need patterns and cores. Here in the pattern shop, patterns are adjusted by highly skilled craftsmen in order to maintain product tolerances and quality. Within these walls, you can find many of the patterns for products that you see and use every day. Cores are made using sand and other materials that are combined to make a hardcore mold. These cores provide the interior dimensions of the iron mold. After the product has been separated from the molds, it is shot blasted, cleaned, and prepped for machining and coating using grinders or a trim press.